What's up, survivalists? Jason here. Today I'm going to do a video on my bug out bag. This has been with me for about a year, and I've been just playing around, seeing what I can put in, what I should take out, and getting new stuff to put into this bag. And this is a SOG Ninja Day Pack. It has a 24-liter capacity, and there's a bunch of organization pockets, and there's a flap inside for a hydration pouch, but I don't have that right now for this bag, and I'm gonna go into it right now. Alright, so this is my bug out bag currently, and this is fully loaded out. I do interchange some of this stuff when I know I'm going somewhere. If I'm just going out for bushcrafting or just going camping or something like that, I would usually just take the gear that I need. Don't have it exactly like this because it's kind of like my camping bag slash bug out bag. So let's just start with the outside. On top, I just recently put this on there because I just found out I could put it on there, and it is my light duty tarp. I think it's a 6x6 tarp. I just quickly latch it on there so it won't be that hard to undo for right now, because I usually do put it through right here because that's actually a good lashing point right here, here, and here. The only thing that happens when I put it onto here, I lose the ability to have a good grab handle, and I'm not quite sure if I'm going to stick with that on top of here, or maybe even try it along the bottom, but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to stick with that. But for right now, I got a good tarp to put over me if it's too hot out and I need somewhere to stay underneath some shade or anything like that. And I do have some tent pegs in there. I have 4 tent pegs or stakes, and then on the side here it is MOLLE adaptable, and it has in the front, side, and the bottom. So right here I have my Buck 625 that I got from Flint Steel Survival. I just MOLLE'd it on here. I have like an extra piece of leather that I snapped on there because the top doesn't have a piece to slide up on, so the top part was just flapping around. But this is my knife for bugging out. It's a really nice little knife to have in a full tang because you need to baton anything or just cut anything big. And inside here, I do have a little kit that's still the same that he got. It was like a snuffs can. There's a cotton, aluminum foil, a Bic lighter, and then jute twine, all wrapped in one of there with a Ranger band, of course, in there. I also put char cloth in there as well. That's where it went. Inside here, got a ferro rod, the BG ferro rod, and a little cheap little knife that I took off on a multi-tool and used that as a striker. I believe that is it for that. So on the bottom, I have my Outdoor Venture sipping pad. I have these belts that I quickly could get this off of. Right here, I think this is about maybe 6 feet, maybe even 7, but it's a really nice little accordion style sipping pad, and that'd be quite comfortable and get me off the ground so it doesn't sap my heat away from me. Let's just take these belts off. And you can see on the bottom right here, these just fit perfectly in there, and I don't really use these belts anymore because they don't fit. So might as well. On this side, I have a little stainless steel bottle full of water, of course. Screw top. Just spilled some. That's a nice little bottle there. I have my Baco Laplander. It's a really nice saw, plenty sharp, and it could get through wood quite easily. The last thing on the outside, I believe, is some little stakes. These little stakes could get in ground to help pin down the tarp, but I also have spinnet in there as well that these could help with as well. Alright, let's start with the top. Up here, this little zipper, it's like a fleece pocket right here. You can put like sunglasses or anything like that in there. I have a little Sharpie just to mark the trail, an orange Sharpie. I have a shit kit, as it says right there. Got this from Massachusetts Prepper. This is a way to clean myself after needing to go. This is about 3 feet of duct tape right there on a wax paper sleeve. I have some edible and poisonous wild edible cards to tell what is edible and what is not. Just a quick reference, other than just carrying a whole book for it and keep you up to date for it. Then I have a small button compass, just a quick reference if I need it instead of digging through the whole pack. And the last thing in there is a little pocket knife that I got from Walmart. It's one of those 388, those were cheap Ozark Trail knives, but it's a really nice little knife to have, especially for a backup. Alright, so the bottom one right here is kind of like almost like a miscellaneous pouch. So there's 2 pockets on the side right here. Right here I got my Sawyer mini water filter. I got the bag. I recently used it. And this should be good for if you're off on the side of the road and see a puddle or anything like that, you could drink it right from there. And then you got it right there. So a quick water purifying instrument. Right here I got a poncho. This is for if it starts to rain, or you could turn this into a little still. You could get water from all the plants or anything like that. I got a quick snack, some raisins, 2 boxes. Right here, it's a little stove that you get. I have some aluminum foil. I think this is a 4x4 aluminum foil. Gotta have a lighter for a stove. And then some little cotton rounds, and of course the actual little ignition or fuel for the stove. And each of these lasts for about 9 minutes, and that should be enough for boiling water. And I've seen it, haven't tested it yet, but I did see it work out for a cup of water. Next at the bottom as well, I have a through night TH20 headlight, and this is an awesome little light, and I do recommend it. It's about 20 bucks on their site, and it uses let's see, I forgot what it was. Yeah, AA battery. And this should be enough for the whole trip, because I don't really need extra batteries for that. Next, I've got a little actual compass. Good compass that you can actually mark the terrain with and see what is there. Next, I got some little knot cards. There's a little, I think I counted up to maybe 20 different knots on here. Alright, next thing, I got these field notes. It's just a little notepad to write on if I ever need any type of remembering certain things, writing down what I did that day, making sure that I have everything that I have. And plus, I got this from Great American Survival Marvin. I'll put a link description down below to his channel. And plus, Flint and Steel Survival for if you've seen his videos. And I got a Sharpie to write into the notepad. I could put another pen in here, but I already have another one somewhere else. Right here, I got a little, I forgot what it's called, something with a G, but it's a little neck gaiter, I think, maybe. But it's just something to put around your neck or over your head and then around your mouth or anything like that. Anything you could do, there's a whole bunch of combinations that you could do with this little cloth. And right here, I got an assortment of zip ties. I think there's probably around 30, 20, yeah, probably more like 20 zip ties there. And that's just to aid with anything that happens with the bag or anything that you need help fixing. So this next pocket right here, another small pocket. Right here I have like some jute twine. This is mainly my fire pocket. It's just anything that has to do with fire making. So I got quite a bit of jute twine right there. Some cotton rounds and a cotton ball. Gotta have a lighter. This one I put a zip tie around the bottom so it doesn't leak out. Got a match case of strike anywhere. Oh yeah, I got a cotton ball at the top of it. Strike anywhere matches, and then I have some UCO matches in there. About 4 UCOs. Stormproof matches. I got my chalk-off tin. I have assortment of things. Got a little hacksaw blade. This hacksaw blade is hot carbon steel. I'll put a link in the description down below to a video because you could use this for striking a piece of flint, chert, quartz, whatever. And I do have a piece of flint in here. Spark that up. And jute twine, cotton ball, and of course gotta have truck cloth. Next thing in here, I gotta light my fire ferro rod. Really nice little ferro rod to have in a kit like this, and it does have a little whistle if you happen to get into trouble or anything like that. Then I have a little book of matches, just some extra matches, then an assortment of just random fire stuff. I got some fat wood right here, little wax covered matchsticks, and then I have this little whistle that is also a striker. Little compact little addition to there, just in case if I lose this or I want to use that before I start into this one. So that's my fire pocket. Get back in there. Now for the last pocket right here, the goods. And this can open down all the way and clamshell open. I'm gonna actually do that right now. Unbuckle on the side of here. So it's just easier to get. So on the side right here, there's a little mesh pocket. There's 2 of them on the side here. I got 2. I think it's how many gallons? It's not the 50 gallon. It's the, I think maybe, I don't know. They got 2 different trash bags right here. Got how many, what gallon it is. I got my little leg strap for my Buck 625 here. There's about maybe, I want to say 30 feet of paracord there, maybe even closer to 20 or 10. Then I have a little monocular. Got this from my dad. It's really easy to use. See anything up that's coming up. Then, if it's a bug out situation, gotta have some earplugs. Alright, the next mesh pocket. Got the syringe for the Sawyer Mini. Then I have a slingshot right here, so I could get any game or anything like that. And this is really nice to have. And of course, with the slingshot, you gotta have some ammo. I kept it in this little napkin so it doesn't shake around too much. So I think that should be enough for catching some stuff. Alright, I'm going this side. I have my BG canteen. Inside this canteen, it's completely full usually, but I just drank it recently. And I have the canteen cup, and also on the canteen cup, right here, I got a little stove to put some of those tablets in it. Inside the pocket right here, I added a couple of those tabs so I could boil some water if I happen to just have this on my belt. Alright, next is my little food bag, and this is a pouch that I got from Walmart. It's like a 3 set, and they're called Ditty bags, D-I-T-T-Y, and there's different colors on them, and this is one of them. And inside this bag I got my food, and there's not a lot of the meat side of it, but still enough to get me by, because it's just going to be 3 days. I'm thinking about maybe having this as a 3-day pack, and to get to my location it's going to be at least 3 days. So this, rationing it out, should get it done. So I have some oil right here, vegetable oil, little bottle over there. I got a can of tuna, these dehydrated packets right here. There's some corn, onion, chives, parsley, and bell pepper, and inside this one is like, I don't know what's that one, but there's like parsley, red pepper, and onions as well. I think that might be croutons inside there as well. I don't know why I would have that in there, but I got it from one of the ramen, kind of ramen type of thing. Next, I got some rice, a really good meal to have at the end of the day when you're really chugging along and it's like really need a pick-me-up. And this is one of my favorite rice to have, and that's why I got the oil, because this does need oil for the recipe. Next, I got some Idahoan mashed potatoes. Seems like quite a bit of sodium, but since it's just going to be 3 days, it's probably going to be enough for it, because you're going to be roughing it, right? Oh yeah, the other one was apple smoked bacon, and this one is roasted garlic. So next on the food, last piece is, of course, ramen. This is a chicken flavored. It's still all compact right there. I should be going out like get some other food, but that's what I had on hand right now. So this, of course, for food, you gotta have some type of eating utensil. This is one of the, I think it was Ozark Trails, little sporks, and this is a really nice spork, whatever you want to call it, and it's quite durable. Now I don't usually have this in my pack because it's usually on me. This is my EDC pouch. I did a video on this quite a while ago. It changed a little bit because I now have a little battery charger for my phone. I have the cable, then P38 can opener, but I'll put a link in the description down below or a card right here to see that video. And also I put some zip ties on the front right here. So it's a nice little pack. It's like it's really easy just to stuff this in when I need to go, because just having it on my belt or anything like that, because I got this carabiner, sometimes I just have it like this, because sometimes I have it like this right on my belt loop and it stays like that. But with a pack on, and if I have the room, I'm gonna put this in there. Next, I got some paracord, 550 paracord, 7 strand. I got this from Bass Pro Shops, and there's a nice compact 100 feet of paracord right here. It's really compact. I just left it in this little bag, and I use other paracord and just leave this for the pack, just specifically for this pack. Next, we call that food. Next, with all that food, you gotta have some type of cooking unit. This is my little stainless steel cup, the one I mainly use for cooking in if it's a small meal. And then I have a bandana wrapped Stanley Adventures cook kit. I got the lid there. This lid actually fits this little stainless steel cup, so I could just cook it like that as well. I have a bandana in there. Got the instructions I could use as a fire starter, and I gotta have the cups as well. Next is my metal cook kit, and I'm gonna do like a breakdown and closer look at this kit along with this kit as well. This is a tech and tool kit. Last things at the bottom at this pack is one of these cheap 5x7 tarps, and it's from Outdoor Products. You can get at Walmart or anything like that. I think it's mainly just Walmart. I haven't seen it anywhere else actually, but it's a nice little tarp that you can put on the ground or anything like that to protect you from more of the heat or any of the cold sapping your heat away from you. And then I got a SOS, and then I got a SOL little immersing bivy, and it's been at the pack for a while, but it's a nice little compact thing to have, especially if you're just getting really cold out and you just slip into this, and it's a nice way to actually keep warm. So that's the end of the pack. There's some drain holes at the bottom. I didn't put anything in this little elastic pouch right here. You could put a little bladder or anything like that into the pack, but I don't have that option right now, and I'm just gonna stick to the canteen and the stainless steel bottle. And it's really a nice little pack to have, and it's around, I think it was $30 that I got it for. It was like on discount or anything like that at Big 5, but it's a nice pack to have. I wish there was a belt strap on here. That's the only thing that I find wrong with this pack, because sometimes I like to fill it out. It was like I had it about 45 pounds before, and it was quite the weight on my shoulders, and just on the shoulders was really bad to have. So that is the full kit, but let me get into these kits. Here are the kits. I got a tech and tool kit and a first aid kit. These little cases came from my dad, and who got it from someone that he knows from work, and he bought it for me to make a kit out of, and I have like about 5 of these, and I think they're pretty good for organizing a lot of the little gear that you have in your pack. So let's just start with the tech and tool kit. On the top of here I put a little label, tech and tool kit or miscellaneous. It was miscellaneous before, but this label does glow in the dark, so I can see it better at night. Even though I should have it for this one, but if it's not glow in the dark, I know it's this one. So inside the kit, I think the biggest piece that I got in here, this little wind-up radio, and has a little light on it too, and it has FM and weather band on it right there, and it's a nice little radio to have. I got a little knife sharpener to get the serrations right here. There's 2 different ways to sharpen up your serrations, and it's a nice little ceramic and serrated part right there. I got a little Mercy power bank for my phone to charge it up. Gotta get some CarMax to help with the lips or anything like that. I got a little port to plug into my phone, but I also have a cord in my EDC pouch that I would be able to just put into the bag if I need to. So I already have a cord for this, even though I should try to find a small cord, another small cord to put into this kit. So I got a little knife, just little, kind of like a jackknife. There's a traditional 3 right there. I think this one might be a copy of a buck, so I don't know. I got a Gerber dime. That's another little tool to do a lot of little tasks with. Got a knife, little box opener, scissors. Just a nice little tool to have for a backup. Gotta have something to freshen up your breath, some Tic Tacs. Got a light with no battery inside. Oh wait, I gotta replace that battery. Good thing I have batteries right here. I thought I did replace the battery not too long ago. Unless I didn't screw it down all on my... This is why you should always check your gear before something actually happens. So probably check it probably once a month or anything like that. There we go. So that might have been just a bad battery, or this wasn't tightened down all the way. So I had 3 batteries in there. This little sleeve that you can make out of duct tape to keep it from contacting anything and then losing its battery life. I got some headphones just to listen to anything if I'm bored. And plus, it's good for kind of like incognito mode. You just plug this in, you can listen to the radio and listen what's happening around the place and what's good listening music, you know. Have a little battery light right here. It's a USB plug-in. So it's like a simple little light. And you can plug it into any type of USB adaptable, and it's a light. Pretty cool, right? So, and it's very compact. You get these from GearBest, and there's a nice little light, and you could definitely put this into little Altoids 10 or anything like that type of kit. So I'll keep it in that bag, and I got a simple little flathead screwdriver to fix anything that's really small, and that is my tech and toolkit. Now let's get into the medical kit or first aid kit. I got this little pamphlet for wilderness first aid. It's good for even just urban first aid as well, even if you don't know a lot of this stuff. Got a simple essentials of first aid. You get it from a little simple medical kit, and a little bit of gauze, just random in there that I used before. Didn't use the whole thing. I could still use it to wipe. So this is a good little pamphlet to have. Get these from the Pathfinder Schools store. You can see right there. Get these from his store, and they're really good for just a quick reference. I got a quick little big band-aid right here if something really serious, and then something that's really major. I have a little triangle bandage or Israeli bandage. Right here I got some waterproof medical tape like Curad. I got a little mirror. I got this from Hobby Lobby. You could get these simple little mirrors and use it for looking into your face or your eye, just looking any type of medical purpose. You could definitely need a mirror. That's kind of what I like to see. It's really overlooked. You need a mirror to look at your face if there's a wound on your face. So having a little mirror like this can definitely help. I got a little sealing, eye sealing. Just one shot the eyes if something happens in them. Get a little splinter or some piece of wood just flies into there. A good way how to get rid of it. I got some wake up salts. just break them and then wake someone up. I got some iodine pads to prep up the area, alcohol prep pads, sting relief, a bunch of kind of miscellaneous type of wipes. Neosporin, you definitely need this to like just heal up your wounds a little bit faster. A bunch of little band-aids, miscellaneous, big, small, medium, large, and like the very small ones. And then some little antiseptic type of band-aids to help him heal. Right here, I have a whole bunch of, got about probably 10 safety pins right here just to close up a little wound or just repair some of your clothing or anything like that. And I got it on a split key ring. This fits perfectly on them. And then I have a pair of tweezers. I got this from GearBest. It's a really nice little pair of tweezers, and you don't really want to have a splinter or anything like that that could potentially infect itself. And this one is from EDC Gear, and you get this from GearBest and some other little places as well. So this is a nice little setup to have. I got some rolled gauze, and it's really nice to have this, especially if you happen to have any wounds. You could really just compact it and keep it from overbleeding. So of course, in a medical kit, you could happen to have some type of infection or a snake bite. Simply having a Sharpie could definitely help. You could circle around where the infection or venom is starting to actually grow, and if it passes that, you can see how long it's been. And plus you can write down the time of when you're bitten, or just write down the time when something happened. Right here, I got some more alcohol prep pads. I got some knuckle bandages and a little simple little gauze pad to simple wounds and stuff like that. And then I gotta have little safety pin, or not safety pin. And then gotta have a needle. I got some string on it right there. It's not really medical type of string, but you know, you work with what you got. I got some moleskin to prevent any blisters or anything like that. And of course I gotta have a lucky coin just to make sure they don't die, or I don't die. So that is the medical kit. Alright, so that's the kit, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.